and welcome to another edition of Nook News. I'm Beth Hadfield, the Activity Coordinator at the Center for Active Living. And today, our guest is our brand new director, Michelle Bratti, Director of Elder Affairs in the town of Plymouth. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you.
So, how long have you been at the center?
Coming on 6 months. At the end of this month, it will be 6 months.
And you didn't first start as the director.
No. For about 3 minutes, I was the social worker, so one of the social outreach workers. I was hired in March to take that position and was thrilled to do so, to work for the town. So I did do that position for about 3 months and rolled into this.
Before you came and joined the center, what were you doing?
So primarily my professional career so far, up till this point, was about 30 years of doing private therapeutic work with families and children. So I'm a licensed social worker and worked with at-risk families and children in doing some trauma-based work and families that were in the foster care system or threatened to be in the foster care system.
Okay. So working at the center, definitely a new population.
Absolutely new.
Has it been difficult adjusting to the new population?
You know, surprisingly, not one bit. I feel like in my work with doing some clinical work and doing a long-term clinical professional job, I feel like, honestly, people are people. And the older I get, the more I understand this demographic, and the more I actually really respect and really want to learn from them. That's true. So I love this. It wasn't a hard adjustment at all. Smooth for me.
Good. Yes, I think our population that we work with now definitely has a lot to teach us. Yes. And if we keep our eyes and ears open, I think we can learn something every single day.
Oh, we do.
As I'm sure you probably already have in your short 6 months of time. So, having worked for only a quick 3 minutes as a social worker, you did get a taste for what the center is all about. Did you formulate some new goals for yourself as well as the center and where you might want that to go?
Yeah. So walking through the door, honestly, true story, I've heard it before from other people. I experienced it myself. The day I walked through that door, I looked around and felt, this is warmth. I should be here. This is comfortable. This is a place that, yeah, it's a new career, it's a new opportunity, super excited about that, but didn't expect to feel, I've come home. And that's truly how I felt. So that was hitting the ground running. Then being director just gave me so much energy and so much creative spirit. It was like a renewal for me. I looked around and saw the most incredible staff. I have to say that. I'm not saying that just because you're one of them sitting in front of me, but it happens to be true. I watched the energy between the staff, the patrons, the volunteers, and just the way it all came together. And somehow in me awakened this amazing epiphany that this is where I'm supposed to be, this is where I'm going, and this is where I want to take the center. I absolutely have so many ideas. As you know, we work very well together in that capacity, but I want Cal on the map. It's not on the map in Plymouth. It needs to be on the map in Plymouth, and that's where I'm taking it.
Okay, so do you think we could talk a little bit about your plan? So you want it to be on the map. How are you planning to go about getting it done?
I think what we need to do initially is marketing. Okay. Honestly, call it what you want, call it word of mouth. Whatever we want to term, whatever term we want to use, that's fine.
Right.
I think that when we look at our population in our community, Plymouth is so steeped in community, and it's amazing in that respect. I think when townspeople and citizens of Plymouth think about landmarks or places in Plymouth that are familiar, I've said this to you, but if you walk downtown and just randomly talk to people and said, where's the library? Where's Memorial Hall? Where are some of the landmarks? Where's the Phil? People would know that. Where's Town Hall? When you say to people, where's Cal? I feel like some people would say, what? Well, I'm not sure what you're talking about. So we need to brand ourselves as vital and central and relevant to this community. I think once we do that, then we need to give ourselves an identity. We know what we do, our seniors know what we do, but we want the rest of the community to know what we do. How are we going to do that? Community partnerships. That's what I'm passionate about. We need to come to the table with these beautiful businesses in Plymouth. Chamber of Commerce, amazing. There's a million of them. Some of our facilities that we work hand in hand with,
Right.
But we really need to partner with area businesses in Plymouth and say, here we are. Let's do this together. What is the Cal going to be known for? I don't want it known as a council on aging. It's okay that we have aging and seniors in our building. We should. We're all getting there. We're all going to be part
Every
of that
day.
demographics. So, if we're lucky,
Right.
we will all get there. So it needs to be front and center in this community.
So we're already seeing it. We're already seeing that the community partners are coming out more
Yes.
to do things with us.
Yes.
We're seeing the chamber wanting us to be part of them to be part of us, and moving along. How do we change the minds of the people?
Well, I really would probably be remiss to quote a Kevin Costner movie here, but I'm going to. If you build it, they will come. We've built the facility. We need to build the brand. We need to build who we are. We need to assign an identity, as I was saying. So basically, here's what we know. If people start to know what the Cal is all about, and the other seniors in town understand that we're different, that we are thriving, that we're vibrant, that we actually do things and set forward in motion things that are not just taking up space in a senior's life. It's not just burning time, it's productive. So how are we going to do that? We need to be known for something. We need to be known as a community partner, a community center that has programming that is amazing for all levels, for all ages. Intergenerational, we use that word already. It's amazing. But you know what? We're going to bring so much more. We just joined in a partnership, a community partnership with the 400. Very excited about that. But we're going to bring higher education to the Cal. It's going to be, what is it? What's it going to be?
It's going to be spectacular.
It is going to be spectacular. So lifelong learning is where we want to go.
Right.
That's the truth. So we're going to be known for something.
Do you think we already are known? Or do you think people still, after all these years of trying, still look at it as like your grandma's senior center?
So, two answers to that. I think we are known as being pretty amazing, a high standard of excellence, and committed to creative programming. I think we're known for that to the people that already come to our center.
Right, right.
And that is an absolute achievement that should be applauded. That's awesome. We need to be known as that to the to the rest of the seniors, to the rest of our community in Plymouth. I always hear since I started, a lot of people have come up to me and graciously said, I love the center. It's a hidden gem. Yeah, I don't want the word hidden. It is a gem. It needs to not hide.
You're absolutely right. And it's going to be a learning curve. It's going to be a learning curve for the community as well as us.
Listen, I put the roller skates on. I've got one foot in front of the other. I don't think, I don't blink, I just do in the best possible way.
That is one thing from the very beginning you said to the staff, I'm going big or I'm going home. And by gosh, you're going big, girl. You're going big. I do have concerns. And it is educating the rest of the town. People ask all the time, are they old enough to come? I don't think people in the town realize that we put the programs out there for everyone.
Yes.
And we're reaching different demographics. So from where you sit in your 6 long months of leadership, what do you see changing? How do you see the community coming to our center? How do you see them participating? And what do we tell them today that they can take with them every time they see one of our events posted somewhere?
So, sure, and I think those are great questions. And I think when we change our own perception, people will follow. So I think that is step one. I think our perception is that we know we are already starting to do some work with the area paper and some local, some technology pieces where we're changing our own perception of ourselves and saying, wait a minute, we have these great events that always are for our seniors, but are really community events. And we've taken a look and said, we should be publicizing this event. We should be reaching out to audiences that could benefit, whether they're 5 or 55. And I think we've done that. We're looking at ways in which we can get information streamlined to appropriate people and to the masses. And so with that being said, I think you're going to see a lot more centralized advertising and a lot more centralized fulfillment of these events that we have that aren't only specifically for seniors. I think the community partnerships, I know I keep repeating that, but that is how we get out there, and that is how we're going to reach so many different people.
We offer a lot of programming,
So
obviously.
many programs.
Incredible number.
You should really talk to our program coordinator. She's amazing.
But I think people don't realize, like, we live in a community that has a lot of longevity. So you grew up here, your parents grew up here, your grandparents might have grown up here. But what we're seeing is a lot of adult children of aging parents, and they're in need of information. Well, they're looking at the right people.
Yes.
So start
Yes.
coming through the door. Start
That's right.
calling us.
That's right.
We can answer those questions, and we are providing those programs for your benefit as well as for your parents.
Right. It's not the place where you drop your senior parent off anymore. There's no
Definitely
drop off.
no.
That's daycare, and I'll give you referrals for that if you need it, but that's daycare. This is absolutely generations coming together, and we have arts, we have music, we have events that would appeal to the masses. We just had children in our building not too long ago, and they had a ball, as did the staff, as did the grandparents, as did some of the adults, the parents that came, couldn't believe how beautiful our center is. That is what everyone says when they walk through the door. Can't believe how beautiful it is. Come see it. I encourage this community, Plymouth, come see us. I don't care your age. You'll be amazed, and you'll be really, really proud and pleased by what you see.
Definitely.
Yes.
I mean, it goes without saying. So you did allude to that we would like to start a lifelong learning.
Yes.
And we're definitely going to do that. Hopefully within the next 6 or 8 months,
Yes.
people will start to see a program for that. What other goals? Like if you were to look over the next year in 2020, wow, I can't even believe I'm saying 2020.
I know, right? Happy 400.
What might you want to implement over the next, months and year to make us even brighter, even better?
So it will take probably into next year to really get lifelong learning off the ground. So that is going to be a longevity situation, which I'm excited about. I think the programming that we're gearing towards is as we discussed, I'd like to do something with the arts. I'd love to do something with, we've been in contact with some of the local, I'd love to do something with the Phil. I'd love to do something with the area community businesses where we all come together and we host. I want the Cal to be a host center. It's a beautiful building in Plymouth. I would love for different societies and different establishments in Plymouth to reach out to us and say, hey, this is gorgeous. Who are you? Who are your people? How can this be mutually beneficial? That is my definitely year plan. I also want to reach all the seniors in senior housing. They have described themselves as the forgotten people of Plymouth. That's not going to be okay on my watch, ever. So we are working towards bringing the Cal to them. And that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Well, you've set some really high goals. I think I should have been taking notes because I'm pretty sure I have to implement some of
You
them.
absolutely are. I think you said go big or go stay home.
Go big or go home. Yeah. How do you see 2025? Let's go down the road a bit. What is the projection for seniors in Plymouth? I know the numbers are really going up. So do we have numbers projected out that far? Do we know about how many seniors we'll be talking about by the time we get there?
Essentially, Beth, honestly, in our town, if the census goes the way we expect it to, we are looking at least by 2030, that a third of our entire population will be considered 55 plus seniors.
I don't know this answer, and I'm not sure you do either. Do you know how many people are in Plymouth?
A lot. A real lot.
You're right. And I'm sitting here thinking, wow, that's still a lot of people.
It's staggering. It's going to be about 22,000, I think, is what it roughly
which would
translates
be
to.
Population over 65.
Yes.
And we're really going to have to be progressive.
So progressive. And right now, look at all the people coming in the 55 plus communities. Incredible building going on in Plymouth, which is amazing for our community. However, if they're all 55 plus, I want to welcome them with open arms into the most beautiful center. I want them to come and see that this is this is an educational place. This is a place where they're going to further their learning and their experiences, not a place where they go to get inactive. We are the Plymouth Center for Active Living for a reason.
Absolutely are.
It's about bumping it up. This is now their next step in their lives.
Do you foresee us having some satellite locations? Because thinking about that and thinking about the building and the rooms that we have, do you foresee that we might actually have to utilize some other spaces to be able to continue to carry on our programming?
I think even using the phrase that we have to, I think it would be exciting to expand.
True.
I think if the need presents itself, in which we all agree that there is a need for satellite offices, more space, how exciting is that for Plymouth? That only says, not that we need more housing for seniors in terms of the forgotten people. It just means we're thriving as a community,
Right.
and we're going to adapt to that, and we're going to encourage that adaptation, and we're going to create what we need. That to me is exciting. That is go big or go home. That is what we need to do.
You know, you and I have had many conversations, but it wasn't until what you just said just now that really made me realize you're right. We do have to adapt in order to continue to grow and to continue to morph into the spectacular institution that we are.
Yeah, growth is not a scary thing. That's a beautiful thing for any type of community / active living center,
Right.
or town. That's a really positive thing. We need to look at it that way and roll with it, quite honestly.
Right.
You
No,
know?
you're absolutely right. I think I wasn't, although we've always thought about it, I wasn't looking at it like that until, sometimes we say things and
Yes.
suddenly you're like, oh, it was a very eye-opening discussion.
Thank you.
Very, very interesting. What about goals of our staff? There will be some adaptation to all of this, but do you think staff will be changing and growing along with the changes that will come with the growth in the population in town?
Right. So, and you could certainly be a witness to this, but in my short time here, in speaking with staff, and sitting down with staff, and holding our staff meetings, our weekly staff meetings, I have seen nothing but a renewed energy in the staff. I know that I am very excited, and I know that I present a lot of ideas, and I like a lot of roundtable discussion, and I want people to feel empowered to be part of that change. That's an empowering process. So for my staff, I want them to feel like they're not just in a situation where, oh, we're growing, so there's more work. That they are actually creating, implementing, they're part of the change. And I think that they are feeling that. I think that they're excited by what's to come instead of being afraid of it. I think that they feel like they're renewed, there's an energy there. We are pretty cohesive right now, and I could not do this job, not for 1 second, nor would I have taken this job if it wasn't for the amazing staff. And I think they were a little fractured, didn't know what direction we were going. A lot of changes happened at Center for Active Living in the last year, but it's all good. Yeah.
I would like to say I'm very lucky to be one of Michelle's staff and work with her on a daily basis. She is an amazing woman.
Thank
you. We talk about this all the time, that the front door is always open and the coffee is always on. Yes. But we want the community to come in and talk to us and meet us and see what we're all about. We can tell the community at large exactly who we are and what we do, but until they walk through that door on their own and experience us,
you feel it.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
I was very lucky to have a very personal and interesting conversation with one of our patrons today, who proceeded to tell me how much he felt at home when he came through the doors.
Nice.
And how nice we are. And I think that's what the community needs to know. I think they need to know that the Center for Active Living isn't going anywhere. We are only going to grow and we are going to get bigger because more people are going to join our programs and more people are going to like what we're putting out there and they're going to come and participate. And we're very lucky to be where we are.
We really are. I honestly, I have the best job on this planet. I am so lucky. I feel that every day. You know, I'm not a Pollyanna, I'm a realist. I am not afraid to tackle any issues or to do what I need to do. I will be knocking on doors all over this community, They're gonna see my face, they're gonna know who I am, they're gonna know who we are, because I am that lucky to be able to do that. I'm passionate about it, I believe in us, I believe in it. I can't wait to see our future. I can't wait to see tomorrow, never mind our future.
And you know what? Tomorrow's going to be very exciting.
Yes, it is.
Well,
Every day is.
I would like to thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Beth.
You've been amazing. And I think what everyone in the community should take with them is the door's open and the coffee is on. Come on in and have a cup. Sit down and talk to us. Bring your ideas, bring your questions, bring whatever you need to. We can help.
Bring your partnership, bring your alliance, bring the community in our doors. Absolutely. Thank you, Beth.
Thanks, Michelle.
This was awesome. Thank you so much. I love it.